Good evening. Hey, y'all. Listen, welcome to Take Your Life Back, our Hour of Power, sponsored by KOGIC. This is your girl, Dr. V, standing in for the amazing Pastor Mary Rieves and our senior pastor, Pastor Darryl Rieves. And tonight, we're going in. We are going in, and I'm super excited about tonight's show because I get to kind of continue on with something that I was talking about on yesterday and a little earlier today, and that's fear. I'm a firm believer that when we can overcome our fears, we position ourselves to really operate on the level that God would have us to operate on. And that's always my goal, is to help people to position themselves to do that. Our ministry is all about that. We want you to come visit us at 1920 Maydale Drive here in Tampa, Florida. So if you're in the Tampa Bay area, you definitely want to come through and check us out. That's 1920 Maydale Drive, Tampa, Florida. And we are serious about taking our life back. All right, you guys. Darryl, I need some more volume in my headphones or something. Something is off. Like I'm not sounding like loud enough, and I know I'm loud. I can hear. It's better. It's not what I like. You know how I like it. You change headsets. You think it might be the headset? You hear me quite well. Okay, hold on. Let me change headsets, y'all. Y'all know I'm funny. Okay. Oh, Darryl, that made a big difference. Yeah, that made a big difference. Huge difference. You guys, listen, we are talking about taking your life back. We're talking about not operating in fear. We're talking about being in a position where we are able to do exceedingly and abundantly above all that we could think or ask. So tonight, we're talking about no fear, no limits, no excuses. No fear, no limits, no excuses. So I talked about this a little earlier today, Darryl, on my Facebook Live, and I actually preached it on Sunday, but I wanted to kind of go back into it because one of the things that people struggle with is fear. Darryl, why they be scared? Listen, why are you scared?
You know, fear is real.
Listen, it's not real.
It's false evidence appearing real.
Come on now.
Yeah, but it's real in people's hearts.
Yes, and once it catches a hold of it,
it's hard
to shake it for them. But listen, you guys, we're going to talk about how you can begin to shake that fear that grips your heart, that grips your soul, that prevents you from truly being as great as God has ordained for you to be. Because listen, this is a no fear zone. No fear. You can't be scared rolling with us. Darryl.
I'm scared.
No, you got to go back. You see, that's why Harriet Tubman killed people. See what I'm saying?
You just shot them dead, huh?
Shot them dead.
You can't go. Yo, scary ass can't go.
You can't go. You can't go.
You can't go.
You too scary.
Oh, my.
You too scary. Scary people will mess around and get you hurt.
They will.
See, have you ever noticed that scary people are the main ones to talk the most trash? A situation will come up and they'll be talking trash and they'll be talking and talking and talking and talking and talking and talking. But when it comes time for something to go down, they the first ones to run and hide. How you gonna be scary and talking trash?
They scared.
Darryl, no, you cannot be. You cannot be. And then this is the thing. God has not given us a spirit of fear. He's not giving us a spirit of fear. Fear is not a part of what it is that God has input in us. And so if God hasn't given us a spirit of fear and you have a spirit of fear on you, where did it come from? It either came from the enemy or the inner me that evoked that fear, because it did not come from God. Ain't scared.
Nah, he ain't never scared. Oh,
Never. He's never scared. Now listen, he might see some situations and be like, man, it just could have gone a little different, but everybody gotta die now. I just gotta wipe the whole humanity out.
Oh,
I just gotta do what I gotta do. And if you'll notice in scriptures, God was always in a place where he did what he had to do. And he told the people, do what you have to do. Even Jesus wasn't even scared when he was getting ready to be set up, persecuted, crucified. He knew Judas was going to betray him. And what did he say? He didn't say, oh, Judas, don't betray me. He said, listen, do what you must, but do it quickly.
Is that what he said?
Do what you must,
but do it quickly.
Do what you going to do quick. Do it quick. Don't drag it out.
Yeah.
Don't get scared now. Just go on and do what you got to do. And it wasn't because he did not understand the consequences of what was getting ready to happen. He absolutely knew what was coming.
He did.
But he wasn't scared. When they would surround him and they would be like, oh, we getting Jesus. We getting Jesus. Jesus being there like, okay, listen. Okay, whatever. And because it wasn't his time, he just slide out. Slide to the left. Slide to the right. Crisscross. Listen, he'd do whatever he needed to do. He would just slide on out. They'd be like, where'd he go? Where'd he go? Where'd he go? He was gone. Even when it came to them telling him that he needed to give an answer for stuff. Listen, you only have to give an answer to people that are your boss. And his boss was God. He didn't have to answer to them. That's why he just stood there and looked at them. What? Thou hast nothing to say for thyself? Jesus is looking at him like this. Crickets, crickets, crickets. Who are you talking to? But he didn't feel like he had to prove a point.
Well, let me just say this. We're streaming live on YouTube.
Hey, YouTube.
Here's the problem.
What's the problem?
I'm streaming from my personal account.
Darryl, I'm not fooling with you.
No, I'm like,
listen.
What is going on?
Darryl is doing too much, y'all.
I'm streaming from my personal account, not from In Touch News. I'm like, why isn't this thing trying to? I can't share it.
Darryl.
So that's what it is. So to all the listeners out there, just tune in to In Touch Radio at intouchnews.com until I
listen, y'all. Listen. Shame, Darryl is listen. he off his game. See, this is what happened when he don't have me around every week, every day. Listen, he get all off kilter and off his game. Yeah, we got to get his man back right. See, he needed this message tonight. I had to tell him, don't be scared.
I went to church yesterday.
You did?
I did.
Good.
Yes.
And you got a word from the Lord?
I got a word from the Lord.
What did he say?
He said, bring Dr. V back once a week so I can get on kilter.
I'm trying to tell y'all because y'all know Darryl would be taking notes.
You come walk through the door. I said, thank you, Lord.
Hey, Darryl. It's just me and you this week. Yes. But seriously, Jesus did not feel like y'all, and we do though. Sometimes we feel like we gotta prove a point to people. We gotta show them something. But I just came to tell somebody. Listen, I just came to tell somebody that you do not have to prove a point. You don't have to answer them. You don't have to allow what they say to bother you. You don't have to do any of that. None of that. None of that. You ain't got to do none of that. See, when you know that people are in a position or they're getting ready to do something to you, honey, listen, tell them, do what you must. But what, Darryl?
But make it quick.
Do it quickly. Don't drag it out. Just do what you must, but do it quick. Listen, that's what I told a bill collector yesterday. I said, listen, this is what I told him. I said, listen, this is what I can pay you.
Mm-hmm.
I understand it's my debt.
Mm-hmm.
I want to pay my debt off.
Mm-hmm.
This is what I can pay. And they said, well, we can't use that for an arrangement because it's not enough money. So what you're telling me is you're not going to take my money? Is that what you're telling me? Well, no, what we're saying is it's not enough to make a payment arrangement. Now, listen, I'm trying to do right.
Right.
Listen, if you can't take that to make the payment, then do what you must, but do it quickly.
Wow. So were they knocking on your door before you hung the phone up?
No, they weren't knocking on my door. Okay. And I wasn't scared. See, we have a tendency to let bill collectors create fear in our heart.
Yeah. You look at the phone number like, oh, man, should I answer it?
Come on, Darryl.
Should I answer it?
No, I'm going to answer it. I'm going to tell you what I can do, what I can't do. Mm-hmm. Either you can take this or you cannot take this. Mm-hmm. So, well, ma'am, I'm not saying that we won't take your money. If you take my money, then you have made an agreement with me. See, I know that. Okay. If they take a payment from you for a certain amount of money and they cash that payment, that says that they have entered into an agreement with you.
So what happened to the fear that used to linger?
Listen, I ain't got time to be scared. Listen, I got what I got. I don't have what I don't have, and you can't get what I don't have. But what I can do is make a good faith payment.
Okay.
The payment of good faith. Well, ma'am, that's not enough money. Well, ma'am, that's what I have for you. That's what I have for you. Because see, what they'll do is they'll try to make you feel like you got to give them everything you've got. That is a lie. First of all, the debt has already been paid because the company charged it off. Mm-hmm. They got their money. Absolutely. They wrote it off. Mm-hmm. They good. Mm-hmm. Now somebody else bought the debt. Mm-hmm. And now they want to collect on the debt.
So did they get nasty with you? You know, that used to be their tactic.
Yes, it did. And sometimes it can be. She didn't get real nasty, but she got a little attitude because I was not budging.
Okay.
I'm not scared, ma'am. Okay. I'm not scared.
Was it a sister?
It wasn't.
Okay.
It wasn't. But when we understand who we are in God and we stand in our God-given authority and we know that we're standing on the side of right. I'm trying to do right. And because I'm trying to do right, you're telling me it ain't enough. Well, listen, it's what I have. It's what I can do. This is what I can do. Now, we can work with it. We can not work with it. But I would like to work with it. That would be my preference.
Okay.
Just mine. But see, I had to get over that fear. That fear is what will cause you to have your kids telling people that you ain't at home, or somebody call your phone and you answer the phone and then all of a sudden you start speaking Spanish and you don't know no Spanish. I'm like, no habla inglés.
Not you, no.
She is no here.
Not you.
Come on now.
Oh, man.
Darryl, but we can't do that.
True.
And see, that's what the word of God came in our lives to do, is free us from a spirit of fear. Fear is a spirit. It jumps from person to person. If you're around scary people, they'll have you feeling scared.
You trying to tell me fear is a spirit?
It is a spirit.
Where is that? Show me that.
It is a spirit.
You got to prove that.
God has not given us the spirit of fear.
Oh, okay. Okay. All right. I'll take it.
It's a spirit.
It's a spirit.
And when you're around scary people, that spirit try to jump on you. And if you're around enough scary people, it will jump on you. And then all of a sudden, their fears will become yours. Have you ever been around something? See, that spirit got in your phone.
It did. Did I touch that phone?
No, you didn't.
It just started talking.
You know why?
Why?
Because it tried to provoke a spirit of fear.
It did.
Because you look like, what is that? What's going on? I ain't scared. Listen.
Is that why you got that hammer in your hand?
Sure, I ain't scared.
I'm about to beat my phone to death.
Listen.
I mean, it just started playing.
Because we talked about the spirit.
You're right. You know these phones listen to you anyway.
They do.
Yeah.
They do. And you know I'm on the list.
What list?
The watch list.
What
the
watch
radical
list?
Black people list.
Okay.
But seriously, when you're around scary people, someone who has a lot of fears, they'll begin to project those fears on you.
Really?
Yes. If you've ever noticed, oftentimes people who have been the victims of sexual molestation and incest,
Wow.
they'll transfer that fear onto their children.
Wow.
They'll teach them to be afraid, not to be wise, not to be discerning, not to be aware, but to be afraid. And that fear will have them where they're scared to go anywhere. They're scared to be around people. They're scared. And that's not what God wants. God definitely wants us to walk in discernment. He wants us to be aware. He wants us to be conscious. He doesn't want us to unnecessarily put ourselves in unsafe positions, but he also does not want us to be afraid.
Well said.
You know, we don't have to be scared. I serve a God that is, Word of God says, and if God be for you, he is more than the whole world against you.
Wow.
That's big stuff.
That's big stuff.
That's real big stuff. So if he's more than the whole world against us, then why are we scared? There's nothing to fear. And so many times there are so many scriptures that say what? Fear not. Fear not. Fear not.
Yeah.
Fear not. Fear. Why does that come up so much? Because that spirit of fear was running rampant and people just scared. God, I don't know. Can I do it?
That spirit of fear is prevalent right now.
It is.
We got a guy that promotes fear.
Promotes fear.
Yeah.
And provokes fear.
Provokes fear.
Yes.
He's somewhere up there in Washington, D.C.
We ain't gonna call no names.
I ain't calling no names.
I just know
he's around that area.
Just in that area,
he
right?
He might live in a big old White House. I'm not sure.
A big old White House. Yeah.
Yeah. It could be white. But I just know that that person is promoting a lot of fear.
A lot of fear.
And people are afraid.
And people are afraid. And people are afraid of the wrong things and the wrong people.
Okay.
See, listen, this is the thing that blows my mind. The fear that's being provoked through a lot of the things that are said and the things that are put out. It blows my mind because when you look at mass shootings, when you look at school shootings, when you look at gun violence, it's not coming from the people that others say you should be afraid of. It's not.
Okay.
Typically, those shootings are done by white males.
Yes, true.
But what's happened is the media and society has provoked this fear of black males. A fear that's so great that an officer can see a black male and be so scared that he shoots just on sight. Because it's something in his pocket. It's a cell phone.
You know, I don't believe that.
It's a pack of candy.
I don't believe that. You know what I believe?
What you believe, Darryl?
I believe that a lot of white officers are looking for a kill. I believe that a lot of white officers are looking for their first kill. Now, I know that's a little harsh, but I'm telling you, that is the spirit that I see in them.
Now, I would say with some of them.
Now, wait a minute.
I hear you. Okay.
And I'm not. This is not a blanket across all white police officers.
Right.
I'm just saying.
Yes.
That some of them. Have that spirit.
I would say that.
I've seen it myself.
Yeah, I would say that.
I've experienced it myself. And so they're looking for their first kill.
But some of them are just scared.
Okay.
Seriously. Some of them are scared.
Right.
But you shouldn't be a police officer and you scared.
It's just like you said.
I'm telling you, you should not be a police officer and you scared. Because scary people do crazy things.
Well, and here's the other thing. I can't believe that they are afraid.
Oh, my goodness.
And here's why. When you become a police officer, you're trained in self-defense.
You are.
You trained how to use a gun.
You are.
You trained how to de-escalate a situation.
Yes.
You trained in all these things. So the one thing that they're not trained in is fear. Most police officers have a lot of courage, are brave citizens.
Okay.
Okay.
But I'm going to stop you right there.
Stop me.
Let me tell you why. a lot of times those people who decide to go into law enforcement are people who were bullied,
Okay.
who were scary,
Okay.
and they're looking for something to give them a sense of courage. But underneath it all, you still scared. Listen, you guys, we're going to take a break and we'll be back with more of Take Your Life Back, KOGIC style, right here on In Touch Radio, reality radio, where everyone's a star. Stay with us. Don't go anywhere and let someone know they need to tune in. We'll be back.